Hi everybody, it's Devin from Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Foster Realtors. Today I'm actually in Richmond, Kentucky at one of my newest listings, 406 Cheyenne Court. I'm out here in the Firebrook subdivision. This one is brand new. I cannot wait to show this one to you all. It is gorgeous. Let's go check it out. Again, we are out here in the Firebrook subdivision, and we are actually located right here at the very end of the cul-de-sac, which as a mother I appreciate so much. There's nothing that freaks me out more than whenever I let my kids go outside and play and ride their bikes and there's traffic coming to and from both directions. So super convenient, especially if you got small kids that like to run around outside. Hopefully today, where it's not too hot outside, I'm not like panting into the microphone like I usually am. So this one is actually on one of the bigger lots in the neighborhood. The majority of them are like a little bit over a quarter acre lot. But this one, you can see it's been windy outside. My sign has already fell down. This one is on a little bit over like 0.3 acres. So you can see the property line right here. Now, the builder of this home has actually already gotten in contact with a developer, and where you're supposed to, my gimbal freaked out there for a second. But where you're supposed to have your fence on the back side of your home, the builder has actually already talked to the developer, and they can actually go ahead and take that fence from that side to the back of the home instead of just having it back there on that back portion. So this is a great lot over here in this subdivision. You can see we've got the white brick on the side. It's a little wet, so I'm not going to go through the yard, but we do have the vinyl siding on the side. Love all these black finishes. And we've got the fresh mulch. And let's go. All right, as we make our way in, one thing that I really appreciate about this is this entrance foyer. Now, a lot of times whenever the builder are, building these homes, they're going to go ahead and add that and make that into, whatever they may seem fit. But you could do it on this side, you could do it on this side, you could have like the board and batten, you can have the coat rack, you can have the little hooks that people are doing, like with the board and batten walls, you could have the shoe shelf, but either side, so many options here. We do have the 10-foot tall ceilings. I'm not a big person. I'm 5'2", 5'3" on a good day, so all ceilings are big ceilings to me, but it just opens it up and makes it feel so much more big in here. And like always, if I can ever figure out the lights. All right, we're getting there. So again, we come in off of our front foyer. We've got the big open living room. We've got the tall ceilings. I am a sucker for the black and white combo. It's just like classic and timeless and classy. We've got the electric fireplace here. And with that, you flip this up here. Give it a second. There we go. There is a battery that operates this, but I already checked. The battery does not. The remote does not have batteries in it, but that is how you get that fireplace turned on. We've got the built-in mantle right here, and then of course we've got our outlets up here. That way you don't have those, sneaky looking cords hanging everywhere. There we go. And we've got like a little nook over here. You could do bookshelves. You could do like a sitting reading corner. We've got these big, huge, tall windows. And you can't really see how great this lot is just from like the back side view of it. So let's take a quick peek out here. And so again, you can see that it has rained tremendously the past couple of days, but this lot is huge. And it actually goes all the way over there into the corner, comes back this way, back into this corner. So, I mean, you've got maybe 30, 45 feet, if that, of room right here. But what it lacks for right here, it makes up in the side yard, which is kind of considered the backyard as well. And you can see we've got our light gray siding on the back. We've got our clean out. We've got the outlets on back with the covers. So, you know, if you wanted to, I don't know, maybe cover the back patio area, extend it out, you know, put you some lights, an inflatable hot tub, whatever, you've got the means to do so. And then, nope, there we go. So this would be your formal dining area, like your eat-in kitchen. I would do my formal dining, and then I have a big sectional, but a lot of these other homes in the neighborhood, there's not very many different ways that you can set up like your living room and the layout with the furniture. So I very much appreciate the fact that this one is open and there's so many different ways that you could lay your furniture out in here. And then if we step on into the kitchen, so we've got the outlet on the side, we've got the granite countertops, we've got the big deep one sink. Perfect. And these are actually the soft close cabinets where they are brand new. It's going to take a minute for them to get like worn in because they are a little tiny bit tough to open at first. But again, like a mom always says, everything's about the kids. So your kids are not going to get their fingers smashed in there unless they're just really trying hard. So we've got the Whirlpool dishwasher, and so we've got the buttons up top. And then we've got our Whirlpool stove, which again, everything in here is brand new. So as you would expect, squeaky clean. I really dig this up here. Let me see if I can figure it out. So we've got the light, and then we've got, I don't know what, maybe that means off. Off. Okay, perfect. So we've got the fan up there. And then these cabinets are absolutely huge. Again, I'm 5'2", 5'3" on a good day. Yeah, there ain't no way I'm reaching up there, but you know, if you've got a husband or if you've got a step stool, you'll be just fine. We've got this little area over here. This could be like your coffee bar. This could be like your little bourbon display, whatever you may want with that. We've got plenty of outlets over here. If we continue on, let's show off the kitchen, not the kitchen, the fridge and the freezer first. So we've got the fridge freezer combo. Personally, I like this type of fridge and freezer better than like the one with the pull-out drawer at the bottom. I don't know why, it's just a personal preference. But we've got the Samsung fridge, and of course we've got the water, the cubed ice, and the crushed ice. But let me show you what my favorite thing about this house. If we turn directly to our left here, we have our official pantry. I just think that is so cool. And then we open it up here. We get our lights on. Let me scoot back some. So we've got cabinet space, we've got drawer space, we've got open shelving right here. But is this not the coolest thing ever? So long day at the grocery store, it opens up into the garage. I'll have to turn the light on in a second, but it does have a Costco door. That way, it just makes loading and unloading so much easier when you have groceries. Probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a house. And then, so right around from that is our garage access. Now let's see how long it takes me to find the light. Perfect. Like any other garage, nothing fancy. We've got a 2-car garage. Over here we've got our brand new water heater, got our access panel, electrical panel. Nothing crazy. It does what a garage should do. There we go. We step back in right off of the garage. So I very much so appreciate this. We've got our little coat racks, backpack racks. You could put your hats up top. You could have like the little storage containers with like socks or gloves or boggins, whatever it may need for, you know, like when it gets colder out. And then down here, we've got your shoe storage. And then off of this, we have our laundry room. There we go. We've got the storage over top. I think maybe I'm just crazy. Let's try this one. Okay, we've got the soft close on those as well. So this would be your dedicated laundry room, away from the rest of the house. So whenever you're, doing your laundry, in the event that you've got a loud, washer and dryer, you take that off, you shut the door, you're still not gonna be able to hear it. Okie doke. So if we continue on this way, this is going to be our primary bedroom. You can see we've got the trade ceilings, lots of natural light. With as white and as bright as these walls are, which I absolutely love, it is so bright in here. I'm assuming that's where you would put your TV maybe, if you wanted to. This could easily fit a king size bed. You've got the hookups, outlets on both sides. If you wanted the cable, we've got the cable connection over there. Let's be real, it's 2026. Does anybody honestly use cable anymore? Let me get these going. So, super pretty. And into our primary bath. So we've got the granite, we've got the double sinks. Love, love, love these fixtures. Absolutely gorgeous in here. And then we have our stand-up walk-in shower. And this right here is so super convenient. So you don't have to have one of those like cheap Walmart shelves that like suction cup to the wall, or one of those like tension rods that ends up like getting rust everywhere. All of your goodies can be stored right here. And off of that, we have our primary bedroom closet. So it is a walk-in closet. It already has the shelving attached, which makes it super convenient. So you could do like shoes, purses, whatever you may need, long dresses, suits, anything like that, and then just your regular everyday clothes. I'm gonna try and hide from the camera here. And then behind that, we have our throne. There we go. So right behind here, you have your toilet access. Some people call it a commode, oddly enough. Anyways, let's get that turned off, and we are going to continue back onto the other side. Get this off. And so I don't know if you could tell or not from like all the other sections of the home, but it does have the same flooring throughout the whole entire home, which makes it super cohesive. There's none of like the transition strips that your robot vacuum or your kids are going to trip over. Personally, my grandpa comes over every so often. I have a really like thick one, and he trips over it every single time, and it scares the bejesus out of me. But let's get going to the other side. So here we've got our thermostat. So directly to our right, it's going to be bedroom number 2. You can see we've got people installing internet up here. Again, this is brand new construction area. We've got the double closets, huge ceiling in here as well. And so this sucker is huge. And I feel like even if you wanted to, like to save some space, like out here, like the actual living area of the bedroom, you could either take this out completely, or you could just raise it up to like give you additional space to like put a chest of drawers or a dresser or something in there. I'm always scared I'm gonna break these. Turn that off. And got our hallway light. So off of that, we have our second full bathroom. Again, I'm hiding from the camera today. Got the pretty black finishes. These two match. We've again got the granite countertops and plenty of space down here. Where this is brand new and no one has lived here yet, I always question like the water pressure, just because like it gets so backed up, but it's not bad at all. And it gets warm fairly quickly. And then just like in the primary bathroom, we've got the arched mirrors with the light fixtures. Love these shaker doors. And so actually in here we've got, so that's going to be over the sink, and then we've got like the main light up top, over the shower, and then last but not least, give it just a second, you've got your vent. All right. And directly next to the bathroom, we have our linen closet, which is pretty much what you would expect. And then over here at the very left end, we have our third and final bedroom. This one is the smallest of the three, but you could easily make this into like a playroom, an office. I would go to guess that you could at least get a queen size bed in here comfortably. I mean, I wouldn't do a king, but you could easily do a full or a queen size in here. Again, we've got the large windows. Turn this light on. Pretty deep closet. All right, guys, that is pretty much the majority of everything. I'm not really sure who is out here right now. Let's hope I don't get kidnapped by somebody. But like I said, this one is one of my newest listings. It's not in Berea like I usually do. It's actually up here in Richmond. It will be on the market tomorrow, which will be Thursday, I believe. If you all have any questions, you want any more information, like always, my contact information is listed everywhere. And like always, I will see y'all next time.